how about a little culture? Please sit back and enjoy this little montage set to Mozart of everyone in the mainstream media saying, no way, no how, pish posh and don't be silly. Of course Hillary Clinton's campaign did not spy on Donald Trump.
It did not happen. There was no spying. There was.
It's Pizzagate. The conspiracy gene.
Exactly. It's Pizzagate.
The conspiracy gene is no more accurate than Pizzagate.
No one was spying on the president through the microwave.
No one spied on the Trump campaign.
There was no spying.
There was no spying.
No spying.
There was 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 no spying.
Wow. By the way, there was no spying, of course.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
There was no spying. And thanks to the Media Research Center for putting that together, because it is a great reminder that when it comes to, well, pretty much everything, in fact, the American media is clearly lying. Especially when it comes to stories about how the Hillary Clinton campaign spied on rival Donald Trump, continuing a tradition that began with Barack Obama's Justice Department's attempt to stop the bad orange man from becoming president. Now, though, more evidence is coming out that the Clinton campaign did in fact spy on Trump, and worse. According to a filing from special counsel John Durham last week, who is probing the activities of the Clinton campaign, lawyers for the Clinton campaign paid a technology company to, quote, infiltrate, that's a fancy word for spy on, servers belonging to Trump Tower and later the White House, in order to establish an inference and a narrative to bring to government agencies, i.e. the FBI, linking Donald Trump to Russia. In other words, the allegation goes, they hacked into Donald Trump's computers. They spied on him to try and plant evidence to create the impression that he was somehow in the pockets of Russia. This follows an indictment handed down last September against Washington lawyer Michael Sussmann for allegedly lying to the FBI, charges which Sussmann denies, incidentally. But the claim, though, is that what Sussmann was lying about was documents he brought to law enforcement officers claiming to show, yes, that Trump was tied to the Russians. And importantly, what Sussmann didn't disclose to the feds was that he was working for Clinton-connected law firm Perkins Coie, and was also representing, you got it, the Clinton campaign. Kind of seems like this would have been important because it further suggests that the real crime of 2016 wasn't collusion between Trump and the Russians, but rather collusion on the part of the Clinton campaign and computer hackers they were using to try and build a narrative they could take to media and law enforcement. Indeed, this alleged hack produced claims that Trump had secret ties to a Russian bank, the Alpha Bank. This was a bizarre conspiracy theory that was retailed by none other than Hillary Clinton herself back in 2016. Back then she tweeted, "Computer scientists have apparently uncovered a covert server linking the Trump organization to a Russian bank." And attached to the statement was a statement from then Clinton policy advisor Jake Sullivan, who alleged that the, quote, secret hotline may be the key to unlocking the mystery of Trump's ties to Russia. It's all pretty curious, not that you'll hear much about it in the press, which is determined to keep a lid on the story. And if it all sounds a bit like Watergate, where the Nixon White House was accused of playing dirty tricks on the Democrats in the 1972 election, well, you'd be more than right. And in fact, most Americans agree. According to a Rasmussen survey, a majority, 68% of voters, think special counsel John Durham's accusations against Hillary Clinton's 2016 presidential campaign are very important and agree with former President Donald Trump that it is indeed a scandal worse than Watergate. The only difference is that in Nixon's time, the media hated him and helped hound him out of office. Now that it's the Clintons who are accused of the wiretapping and wrongdoing, too many in the press have gone strangely silent.